Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th, malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away from the terrorists themselves, away from the guilty.
This is Lugardowski here in Times Square, and we want to show you how easy it is to have somebody support a new investigation into 9/11. Katie, we're doing a little test here. We're trying to see if you could best describe what's happening in this video.
Okay.
I'm going to play it for you right here. What does that look like to you?
It looks like a building being blown up.
Okay, something's disappearing in a big way. Down we go.
What does that look like?
What does it look like?
Yeah.
It looked like the building was being destroyed.
What does that look like?
It's a building falling down.
What happened there?
Something sunk into the ground.
All right.
Can you describe what that is?
It's a building collapsing.
That looks like the World Trade Center. Buildings are going down.
The Twin Towers, 9/11 towers. No, that's not the Twin Towers.
This is a building collapsing, really. So it's, I think, 9/11 stuff is, you're showing the 9/11 stuff.
What? The whole building is like the World Trade, like it disappeared.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A separate question. How many buildings came down on September 11, 2001 in New York City?
Well, of course, the main two that I know of.
Man, I can only think of two. The two towers.
It's two. Major skyscrapers, two, and then I think a couple of other buildings went down.
In New York City, too.
At least two tall ones.
Yeah.
I think there's a shorter one also. It's two. And it's at the World Trade Center, so those buildings came down.
Well, what you saw a video of is a third skyscraper, Building 7.
Okay.
And that building came down at 5:25 in the afternoon of 9/11, and the building wasn't hit by an airplane. And this was not even in the official 9/11 commission. Wasn't even investigated.
Okay.
So would you support a new investigation based on that?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's like strange to hear that, because normally people show us the other two buildings and all news and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know, and we should support it.
That building that you saw was Building 7, which was a part of the World Trade Center. Do you find that weird and suspicious that the official investigation never even looked into Building 7?
It's pretty interesting. Yeah. It looked like it was professionally done.
Yeah.
In that video. It does look suspicious, and it would be interesting to know exactly what happened.
Another theory.
Well, seeing the video collapse is not really a theory.
So it wasn't. You don't think it was from, the heat or fire from the fallout of the towers?
It was actually 300 feet away from the World Trade Center towers. There's buildings closer to it that were more damaged, didn't collapse in this fashion. The Millennium Hilton and the Deutsche Bank.
If it hasn't been explained, sure, an investigation would probably be reasonable.
Something screwy about it. Yeah, something's really definitely not, on the up and up.
Would you support a new investigation into 9/11?
Yeah, I think it's way, better late than never, and I would definitely support it.
I don't know. I mean, it happened later at the same day?
Same day.
Wow.
Same day, 5 o'clock. Did you ever hear of Building 7?
No, never. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, I wasn't here either, because I've been here like for 1 year or so. But I mean, the news all over the world haven't been like, nobody heard of this building or anything. So I think it's a good thing to people. I mean, they can investigate into this.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think it's definitely suspicious, but I wouldn't want to make a decision that I will support it. Right? I think if enough people support it, then there will be some action. But people should be careful when they support something.
Yeah,
right?
I totally agree. Now, this was not even investigated by the official 9/11 Commission. Would you support a new investigation based on that information?
I'd be interested. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, so, why not? Yeah.
If I could just tell you, there are many architects, engineers, and demolition experts that say that this was a controlled demolition. And the problem with that is it takes weeks to set up a controlled demolition, and this happened at 5 o'clock on the day of 9/11. Do you find that suspicious at all?
Yeah, a little bit, a tad. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I appreciate it.
I'll give you that.
Would you support a new investigation on that?
Oh yeah, definitely. You need to do that. If that came down the same day and nobody took notice of it, they should launch an investigation right now. Definitely.
The other building that you just saw was Building 7, a 50-story skyscraper that came down in 6 seconds at 5 o'clock in the afternoon of 9/11.
5 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense. I was in school. The building went down like 10 o'clock.
Well, this is World Trade Center number 7, and this came down at 5 o'clock. The building was 300 feet away, and it was not mentioned in the official 9/11 Commission investigation. Would you support a new investigation into this?
I would support a new investigation into this. I've heard of things. I've never actually seen that building fall itself, but I've seen. I've heard of things like 9/11 Building 7, like through pop culture or whatever, and you're the first person to actually. It's kind of one of those things out of sight, out of mind. I hope there's nothing wrong, or like I would like to believe. I guess I'm another sheep in the shepherd or the herd, but I don't know. I'd support another investigation into it.